Alright, welcome to part 14 of the Kirby and the Forgotten Land playthrough. So, we just cleared 3 of the levels in this world. We're about to clear the 4th one, and then we're gonna spend the rest of our time doing the freaking, I forgot the names of them. Shoot. Those things. The cosmic buttholes or whatever.
Cosmic buttholes.
Cosmic buttholes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. But, whatever.
Yeah.
So anybody got anything?
I was thinking.
I was like awkward silence.
Yeah, the silence was so awkward. I was like, hey, we got anything to talk about?
I guess we'll jump. I guess we'll jump off of next episode's conversation.
I guess we can. I just want to say, but honestly, I figured that this playthrough in particular was gonna go this route because I feel like just this game generally, the gameplay loop you can only enjoy it for so long before it starts getting tedious. I actually did struggle a bit just mentally with recording this game because like the gameplay loop on paper is just point A to point B, but you also have to collect a lot of things along the way, and that's what I targeted myself to do in this playthrough. And doing that makes the levels last up to 5 minutes long each, and it just really gets tiring after a while. The gameplay loop is not the greatest in the world, but it's still fun, but don't marathon it, I would say. Just don't do it all in one session because it can get very, very stale. And I think the awkward silence at the beginning just stated that, hey, it's gotten to the point where it gets stale, but don't worry. It's World 5, so there's only like one world after this one, which things will get a bit more interesting then.
Boring. Can we skip to the end?
Oh, Skyward Sword Nightmares. God fucking damn it. That was such a bloated ass game for no fucking reason.
Someone joined.
Speaking of
I wonder who.
Hey, it's Josh.
Oh, finally he decided to join.
I was gonna say, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, take attendance. Who all forgore?
Yeah, I forgore. I took a nap.
You took a nap. God damn it, Josh! You need to stop. Like, you have a NyQuil addiction. That's what you have.
I'm drug to bed. I'm going.
Well, yeah. How are you doing on this fine day?
I'm doing.
You're doing pretty good. All right, coolio. I was just explaining to the audience, we've gotten to the point of the playthrough where things are a bit more staler now.
I don't mean to be that guy, but it's a bit more stale, not staler. Thank you.
A bit more. It's always. I don't know if it's just me, but the parts 13 through 16 session always seem to be like the more stale parts because it's always like in between mid game and end game. So you just kind of have to figure out what the fuck to do during that time.
Yeah.
Wait, shush. Did anyone hear any echoing?
I think that's Josh's end because he just
Probably.
joined. Yeah.
Josh,
so.
fix yourself.
Break your computer.
Is my echo stuff not on? I might have forgot to turn it back on.
Maybe.
I did forget to turn it back on.
Oh, that's right, because you were showing off the freaking
Yeah, I was messing
modifier.
around with voice
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah, that voice modifier is funny.
Yeah, I don't have it turned on right now, but yeah, I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I suggested that he should play a horror game with the Alvin Chipmunk voice mod over, and so every time he gets scared, it just be Alvin.
Maybe when the Ruin DLC comes out for Security Breach.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's not gonna get annoying.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hey, look, guys, I broke the game again.
And my eardrums.
Oh yeah, nice little troll moment right here for this little bonusing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 5 different like sleep copy abilities.
Yeah, and if you hit one, you're automatically go into the sleep power up. You can't not avoid it.
Yeah, and you're on crumbling platforms, so you're kind of just screwed.
Yeah, it's a nice troll moment. I did fall for it the first time, so
We do a little bit of trolling here.
oops, yeah.
We engage in a bit of tomfoolery.
Yeah.
I wonder what a developer mindset is when making stuff like that. Hey, let's fuck the player really hard.
I don't know. Maybe Masahiro Sakurai. Come on, we'll cover a topic in that video.
Oh yes, I do remember tripping in Brawl.
Yeah, because reminder, he does have a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I've been forgetting to watch that recently. I get like all the notifications for when he uploads videos, but I just haven't watched it recently.
Same.
Yeah, I remember he came out with like some sort of podcast episode a couple of months ago.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah, or whatever, whatever his YouTube channel is now, because he does YouTube stuff. He too has become a YouTuber.
But yeah, but most of his videos are basically just about making games and what goes into making games, and basically a lot of game developer type shit.
Yeah, a lot of game dev type of stuff, sure. And he kind of goes into a little bit like of the games that he's made, like the Kirby stuff, or yes. Like fucking. I don't know like a lot of the stuff that he talked about. I just know he was kind of going through like stuff about how he made like the Kirby games and went into Smash Bros and stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
So maybe in a future video he'll talk about how to troll the player. I just imagine that same thing, with Sakurai making a YouTube channel, but instead of Sakurai talking about making games, it's Suda51, the guy that made No More Heroes. That guy is crazy. Like a lot of his games are troll worthy.
Yeah, like I'm not very familiar. I have not played a lot of his games. I'm not very familiar. But from what I have seen, he has a very unique direction.
Yes,
that's all I can say.
Well, that is true. He has a very unique direction when it comes to making games and their stories. And a lot of the stories aren't even the kind of story he's telling, because there's always you always gotta read between the lines when it comes to the quote-unquote stories of his games. Yeah, because they're not always so straightforward.
And sometimes they can be subtle. Or like some things, freaking, I only know this because I heard of it. I don't actually know, but apparently there's like a friend you have in No More Heroes 3 who got transformed into a tree, and like basically you can unlock all your skills there. You get it?
Yes.
Skill tree. Get it?
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's that kind of direction that I like.
I was gonna be like, I'm the Lorax, I speak for the tree.
And for some reason, they're speaking Vietnamese.
How bad can I be?
That movie was so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Why did we all see it? I see this as a common trend among people our age.
All of us I think all of us at some point had watched a movie based off a Dr. Seuss book.
Yeah, and that was like, I think the last one that came out, right?
That was the last one they had the rights to.
Wait, was it?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because I think
enough, the guy who had the rights to him was a director named Peter Solis.
Oh, that name speaks volumes. But yeah, no, freaking what? There's like 4. There's the live action Grinch, the live action Cat in the Hat, then the animated
Lorax, and then the Horton one.
Yeah.
Of those 4, I honestly think Horton Hears a Who is the best of them, but that's kind of by default because that at least somewhat followed the story of the book.
I don't think I've seen the Horton movie.
That one's not bad, at least. Like, it's tolerable. The other ones are just so stupid.
I mean, I like the live action Grinch one. That's partly because they play it every
Jim
year.
Carrey.
Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, Jim Carrey's great.
Jim Carrey was one of the reasons that movie was what it was.
True.
Yeah, and they do a lot with the story, which I think they want it to be smart, but I'm not sure. It's always something I analyze every year because I have no idea what the fuck it's trying to say. Because they add a bunch of lore to the Grinch, funny enough.
The lore. We need more lore than what the Grinch actually gives us.
Yeah, the film I think has something important to say about like materialism and all that. Why people have such emotions or like fake emotions towards inanimate objects, but then they have to do the classic story right at the end where Grinch gives everything back. I don't know if there's like something smart in all that, or if there's like, or if that like flies in the face of the message of the original Grinch story. I don't fucking know, man. I just know, just laugh at the film. It makes it more better.
Yeah,
If you don't think it's okay.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with that movie.
Yeah, if you don't think that it's okay.
God, no, I've seen all of them, and I don't know if that's a testament to the fact that I'm an insane person
Probably.
with absolutely no time on his hands.
I've seen 3 of the 4, and the other 2 I have not seen since theaters. So
I owned 2 of them.
why?
As a kid, I owned Horton Hears a Who and Cat in the Hat.
I saw the live action Cat in the Hat one. I don't remember a whole lot because I was pretty young when I saw it and stuff. But I watched bits and pieces of it again yesterday because I saw a YouTube video of some guys watching it while they were drunk. It was really funny.
Oh, Razzle! That's gotta be who you're talking about.
What?
He said he was watching bits of Cat in the Hat with guys drunk. That's gotta be the YouTube channel Razzle.
It might have been.
Because that's what they do. They get drunk and just watch stupid-ass movies. That's like their entire
Bros,
channel.
I have an idea.
Hey, I don't know. That would be a pretty damn good idea. At least at that point, you could enjoy the movies.
Doing some kind of like that too, but like I mean, I don't really drink, so I was like, well, maybe instead, what if we're just like really sleep deprived? Because that's kind of the same thing.
Oh no.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh boy, midnight 50-turn Mario Party. Let's go.
Oh boy, 4 a.m.
Oh no.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
Wait, did I just hit no on the star? Shit.
Give it God. Maybe instead of Winter Smash, we could just do Sleep Deprived Mario Party then.
Sleep deprived Smash Bros.
Sleep Deprived.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
The interesting part of when thinking about that would be, would it just be we would not sleep the entire night before and just play in the morning, or we would just record like at fucking 3 a.m.?
Oh, I think we'd go like a full 6 hours, like midnight to 6.
Oh God.
Ugh.
Yeah.
What do we do if someone sleeps?
Bro is the first one to fall asleep at the sleepover.
No, break him, John.
Break him.
Break him, John.
No.
I saw the most funniest thing from the most forgettable movie ever. It was like the caption was, "Bro was the first one to fall asleep at the sleepover," and it was the scene from the 2014 RoboCop where the dude got.
I've seen that.
Yeah, where the dude got surgeryed into the RoboCop. So it was like, bro was the first to fall asleep at the sleepover.
Oh my God, that movie sucked. I'm sorry, but it did. I love those cheesy, like, like action, like movies, but that one just sucked.
The thing about it wasn't cheesy. It took itself very seriously, and
that's the problem.
Yeah. And
The problem is the original RoboCop was an idea that was supposed to be stupidly cheesy, and then they tried to be serious.
in fact, like, there's like a lot of like real world themes that go into the very first RoboCop. I'm not sure how that worked when they started making sequels to that, but freaking, and I also don't know why RoboCop was always marketed towards kids, because I guess, oh, cops and robots, that goes together, I guess. But like, freaking, if you actually watch the original film, there's some pretty gruesome scenes in there.
There is, yeah.
Like blood and guts and all. So I don't know why they marketed it towards kids.
This was kind of like the 90s and stuff, so people really didn't give a shit.
I guess, but like, I don't know.
You could get away with a lot in the 90s, let's be real here.
True.
Well, actually, RoboCop was kind of more late 80s.
Huh.
Yeah, it was late 80s and then kind of like early 90s, but you could still get away with a lot around that time.
87. Okay, thank you, Google.
Was that the bite of 87?
Was that the bite of 87?
No, I feel that's kind of the same way though with a lot of like, you know, action movies from the 80s and 90s, was that they started out just goofy as shit and then they tried to make them way too serious.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the original one, so I'd like to watch it again, but like, I don't know. Oh, here's the thing, because I know you're a fan of this franchise, the Terminator franchise. So
Yes.
okay, so
I love myself some Terminator. I love all those ones like Terminator, RoboCop, Rambo, like, you know, Die Hard, all that shit. I'm a huge fan of just because it's stupid, like mindless violence, and it's just one of those movies you can watch with like and turn off your brain.
I guess I always pictured like the first Terminator to be like straight up horror.
Oh yeah.
I can see why.
Yeah, the first Terminator is straight up horror, and the second, it has more action scenes.
Which is why it was more memorable, I think.
Yeah, well, like starting
so,
with
yeah.
starting with Terminator 2, they actually started not the best way to phrase it, caring about its own lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, because like Terminator 2 is a great movie and it does build some great lore into the universe, but like after the fact, it's like 3, 4, and what, 5? I think
There was one that didn't even have didn't even have Arnold in it.
Yeah, so like what the hell? I don't know what they're thinking.
I have no idea.
So-
But see, no, not Dark Fate. Dark Fate was the newest one, I believe.
Yeah.
God, which one was the one that did not have Arnold in it? There was one I remember, which was terrible. I think it was Salvation, wasn't it?
It was not Terminator 3, but
It was Salvation, 2009.
09. Okay.
This one, it was the one that had it had Christian Bale.
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, it had Christian Bale and Sam Worthington. Now, funny enough, Sam Worthington is a guy that we will meet when we do Black Ops 1.
Oh,
Because he's the voice of the main character.
Oh, really? That's funny, actually.
Yeah. Funny enough, So Sam Worthington, funny enough, he's actually in the Avatar movie. The one with the blue people.
Yeah. Huh? Which Avatar?
Not the shitty movie they made off the anime.
Yeah.
No, but he plays. Funny enough, he plays the main character in Avatar as well.
Huh.
The funny thing is, if you hear his voice in that, and funny enough in Terminator Salvation, and in Black Ops 1, despite the fact I think he's like British or something, he sounds the fucking same. Like, there's no difference. To me.
Well, what I was gonna ask was, like, after 2, like, how did you feel about the franchise going more action / lore heavy than the first movie?
I felt it was alright to start, and then you started getting more stupid. Like, like Terminator 3, okay. I'll cut you some slack on that. It wasn't great, but it was alright. But then you started getting to Terminator. Stuff like Terminator Salvation, which was not that good at all. And then you were getting into Terminator Genesis, which just sucked even more. And then I'd say you kind of had a bit of a redeeming factor with Terminator Dark Fate. Aside from that, I think they just tried to make it way too convoluted. Just in the fact of the only argument was they essentially tried to make Judgment Day inevitable. Like it would always happen no matter what you did. I'm like, if that's the case, what the fuck was the point of the other movies then?
Exactly.
Yeah, I see.
If the entire point of these movies was to stop Judgment Day, but yet these movies are also saying, from the main character himself, that Judgment Day is inevitable, what's the point of making more movies aside from being a cash grab?
True.
Answer.
There is no other answer aside from making money.
I made this joke recently because of the 5th Indiana Jones movies coming out. I made the jokes like whenever they decide to make the 6th one, they're literally going to pull Harrison Ford's body out from the grave so they can get him to film the movie.
Oh my god.
Bruh.
They would do that.
Terminator Dark Fate was clearly only made for fan service because Arnold's old and the original actor who played Sarah Connor was old, so it was clearly just for nostalgic fan service reasons. And that's the same thing with the Indiana Jones movies. Like I said, I will be seeing that newest one.
Well, you'll tell us how it is because I don't plan on watching it. I'm sorry.
I also might be a little bit indifferent to it because I feel like I'll hate it because I know it's just a cash grab and it's a lazy comparison to the original ones.
Yeah.
But it's also when just seeing characters like that, my brain is just kind of like, it's kind of cool. Just because I kind of have those memories of the other movies.
Yeah, sure. And like, if you're someone that can love a franchise, like all of their installments, no matter the quality, like I guess more power to you. But at the same time, I question your judgment.
That's completely fair because I'm honestly like that for quite a few franchises.